Welcome to the channel. So today's Monday. The stock market will be opening at 9:30. Now, when you see this video, the stock market will already be open, but I'm making it Monday and it's 7:54 right now. So basically what I like to do I don't get this opportunity every every day the market's open, but if I'm home before the market opens, what I like to do is do some research. Now, usually I will wait closer till 9:30, so still kind of early, but I just wanted to show some new investors or even people that are looking to invest and do shorter terms because I've been getting a lot of questions about that. I was going to say some of the things that I do in the morning also to see what stocks I'm going to pick. So, for example, one thing I like to do is I'll go on Google on my phone and I'll read about the market. And so I type in stocks, click news, and see the recent news that's been popping up. Now, what I'll look for, if I see the news says 1 day, 2 days, I'm not going to look at those. I'm going to look at things that say live or that's been updated. If you see here, hopefully you can see. Let me see. And so that came out 19 minutes ago. Now, again, it's a little bit too early. So if it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, I would start looking. I would start looking for things like that that just came out within 30 minutes. Read the article, make sure it's not an old article that, it's just showing that it just got posted. But usually, the companies that or who when I go online, who I trust when I read is Yahoo Finance. So that's the one. And look, Yahoo Finance right now already has news. This one is 15 minutes ago, so I'll click on it and I'll read about it. So right now the title says the stock market today, the S&P 500 features drift higher with the US and China set to reboot trade talk. So that's going to be positive news for investors. And so if there's already been positive news from last night, yesterday, the weekend, or even this morning by tweet, whatever, it could really affect the stock market. So if you're someone that's like, hey, I want to invest some money, but I want to get out the same day. Now, I always recommend long term. I always let everyone know this is my opinion. There is risk. Some days, if you just want to do like a day trade, you can get in early and get in position. And if you see it go up $1 or two, you can sell and make some money. I've done that. I'm going to try to do that today, Monday. If when I make my video later, I'll talk about if it went well or not. If it doesn't go well, I should stay in it if I believe I can make it later on. So I try to invest in companies that that are good companies, not some penny stocks. Now, the ones I'm going to be looking at, if you've seen some of my other videos I've talked about, I'm going to be looking at APLD. Right? That company got big positive news last week, and it's just been on pretty much a roller coaster on the upside, and then it has a small pullback, and then keeps going up. Now that will eventually die down, but that's what's going on with it. So I'm definitely going to look at it this morning. Already been in and out of that one, but that potentially could be a long-term investment, in my opinion. So some of you that are looking to get stocks under $15 long-term and add up your shares, APLD is a good one, I think. Don't forget to do some research on it, go on Google, but I think that could definitely be a good one. But basically, yeah, I just pick some of my favorite stocks that I watch. I look up news on them and basically see. There's actually one that I got in last week. Ticker symbol is MVTS. And I got this one. I actually got this one a little higher than I would have liked. I got in at 669. But if today is a good day, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of it because that's not one I want to stay in. But I believe Nvidia also has invested in it, so I believe if we have some updates this week, I can get out of it. And since there's some talk right now about trade talk, that's gonna be positive. The president already announced that he's demanding rate cuts. He wants rate cuts. Now, I don't know if we're gonna get the rate cuts because the Trump does. I mean, sorry, the president doesn't decide when they happen, but at least he really wants them. It's being, it's out there, it's public information that he wants them done. And I really think that would help the economy because even though the jobs report is staying in the low fours, it would definitely help lower interest rate to get people to go out there and buy more. It will help the economy, and I think avoid a possibility of getting into a recession. Let me see. Right, so let me see. The, yeah. So Trump's calling Powell's Mr. Too Late, and I believe he wants rates to be cut by 1 full percent. So this talk about rates and stuff, it could also help right now the market get some FOMO, drive it up, because this month, June 18th, we will find out if they decide to cut rates or if they're going to keep rates where they're at or they're going to increase. Now, we know they're not going to increase them. Most people are saying they're just going to hold them, but maybe we get lucky, we get a rate cut. That'd be huge. So definitely want to keep an eye out on that, see what happens with the rate cuts. But basically, I wanted to make this video early in the morning, kind of talk about what I do when I'm off, like where I don't have to go to work, I don't have anything, right? I'll sit up in the morning, try to position myself, try and make some money in the market. And some of the things I do is I go on Google. I'm gonna go back at 9, really be paying attention. What I do when we get close to 9:30, I'll be on my laptop, I'll open up another screen, I'll go on the NASDAQ, I'll put in the ticker symbol because that gives me more updates of where the stock price is versus just my stock app here that comes with our Apple phones, right? So that gives me real live updates of where it is. And then I'll have another screen with my brokerage and I'll pull the trigger. Once I pull the trigger, I'll see how many shares I bought, and I'll write down the price I got them at, the shares that I have, and then I'll watch it. If it goes up $1 or two, boom, I sell it. I'm in and out. I try to do it as quickly as possible. You don't want to overstay your welcome or get too greedy where, oh, I think this is going to go up $3 or $4. And it may. There's been times I sold, it went up $1 or two, it went up $3 or $4. Obviously, you're going to say to yourself, man, I would have stayed. But at the end of the day, we have no idea how high it's going to go, right? And you don't want to get stuck in it. You just want to make some cash and get out. Now, some of you are going to say, well, what about, the taxes? And yes, you do need to worry about the taxes. It Because if you're making money short term, right, at the end of the year when you go do your taxes, if you have your accountant or however you do them, that's going to show up and you're going to have to pay taxes easy, right? Whatever, find out your tax bracket. It is going to be capital gain. So whatever that percentage is for you, because it could vary depending on where you're watching from, just go ahead and take that portion and save it to the side, right? You have to have some discipline. Some people, when it comes to money, have no discipline. If you have no discipline, then don't do it, right? But if you're out there making money, you're gonna have to pay taxes if you have profits, right? And what you need to do is since you're getting that money, it's not going to be like if you have a 9 to 5, right? Your 9 to 5, they're going to hold the taxes and they're just going to give you your money. When you're making money yourself, there's no one to take out the taxes, right? It's you. You have to do it. So that's where the discipline comes in. You're going to have to take that money and put it somewhere where you're going to have for tax time. Now, what I do, I just put in I have a high yield savings where I put the money in there so it makes a little bit of interest, so it makes more. And then that money's set aside. It's just a separate bank account that's set aside for my taxes, right? That way, when I go do my taxes, if the accountant's like, hey, you owe this much, boom, I got it right there. Now I try to actually have more than what I'll need in there, but that account is just for the taxes on things that I do that go well. Because hey, I'm ready for tax time, whatever it is, write a check to Uncle Sam, boom, that's taken care of. So if you're gonna get in this and you're wondering, hey, what do I do about taxes? Whatever you're making, just set aside a portion. That way, when it comes tax time, hopefully you set aside enough to cover it. Now, this is me just sharing my opinion. I'm just sharing my what I do. I'm sharing my experiences. This may not be right for you. I like to say that because I don't want someone to just say, "Oh, well, you said it." I'm just letting you know what I do in hopes it helps you. Hopefully, uh, it's something that works for you. It may not work for you, right? What works for me can help you. It may not help you. So that's just something I want to throw out there. That way you're aware. But that's my little system. What I do when it comes to stock and well, not even stocks, anything. Anything that I do, that's basically what I do. I set money aside into this account because when tax time comes, hey, you want to pay Uncle Sam? You don't want to play around with taxes. So I wanted to throw that out there because it tends to be something people ask me and a big concern, and it should be because taxes are a big deal. But yeah, if you have the chance in the morning, now some of you are going to say, hey, I don't have, before 9:30, I'm at work and stuff like that. So what you would have to do is you're going to have to use your phone a lot more, right? You're going to have to use your telephone to do the research. And, I don't know your schedule. Some of you are going to have different schedules. You just got to figure out a way. Hey, before 9:30, how can I read the market? I also do it the night before. The night before, look at the market, see what they're talking about. So you got to constantly be watching information on the stock market. I watch it every evening. I'll watch, how did the stock market do? I'll look into. I'll see what they're saying, and then I also do it in the morning because the night before is one thing, even in the morning, things can be changed. So things in this market could change like this in a blink of an eye. So I'm constantly every night looking into stocks. In the morning, I'm looking into stocks. And I get it. We have busy schedules. So do I. I just make time for this because this is something that I'm interested in and I want to invest. So I'm also doing long term. I also do short term. I get questions more about the short term. And that's why I wanted to make a video. And some of you that have busy schedules, if for some reason, I don't know exactly your schedule. If you have a day off during the week, 2 days off during the week, because some people work weekends. So whenever you can, those days are off, you could try to see if you make some money in the market. Now I will say there may be days that you have availability during the week that the market's open and it's a bad day. It's a red day. Now, if it's a red day, that's a great opportunity to buy into longs. It could even be a great opportunity to buy into a short. And what a short is, it's just a stock that you plan to sell under a year. So it doesn't mean like it has to be done the same day. You could buy the stock and say, hey, I believe in the stock and sell it a week later, sell it a month later. You can sell it before the year, right? If it's a stock that you believe that you're like, hey, I'm gonna buy into it and make some money, you can do that. I use some of these stocks almost like if you want to make it, tell yourself, hey, it's going to be a bonus for me, right? I buy this stock. I believe it's in 6 months. It's going to go up quite a bit. Hey, right. I write it down to keep track of it. Hey, in 6 months, it did go up like I thought. Boom, sell it. It could be like a little bonus. So those are just some of the things I do. Now, again, it may not work for you. I love to know if you're investing in the market. If you are, what's your strategy? What are you doing? Let me know down in the comments below. I really would like to know. Also, don't forget to smash the like button. And if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, I will really appreciate it. Also, go ahead and hit that notification button. That way, you're updated every time I upload a new video. And let's go ahead. Hopefully, you make some money today in the stocks. If you do, also go ahead and let me know. I really appreciate your time and for you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.